So I think that that pistol was a fake, okay, and that ICE agent was firing blanks into the ground, and when they came and got the body, they took him away to some safe location. Now, the reason for this is for the optics. It would look like another situation where we may have had a Rodney King, in which case that would set all the protesters off and all the Antifa and everybody that's disgruntled, and they would do some stupid stuff so that Donald Trump could then impose the Insurrection Act because of the Somali fraud and the far-reaching implications that that has.
I'm open to the idea that it's a false flag, but Trump would have been the one that did it. He's the one that benefits.
Well, I still don't agree with that wholeheartedly, but just think about the false.
Well, that's dumb. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
My brother.
My brother.
I just want to get off subject. That was very entertaining, by the way. I would like to melt your brain, man. Check this out.
Please,
and if you could,
please melt my brain. I'd love it.
Give me just a minute of leeway, and then I'll shut up and let you say anything you want. All right? Agreed?
I'll let you talk unimpeded, and I'm gonna hit this bong. How about that?
Dude, I just hit one. Awesome. All right, check it out, dude. The guy that got shot yesterday in Minnesota, right? This is where I'm going to start. The guy that got shot in Minnesota, okay? I am of the opinion that he is A, still alive, and B, was himself an agent of the government. Here's my thinking on this. I am from the South. I am retired military. I have had extensive training in firearms. Extensive. There is no way.
Thank you for your service, sir. I'm also from the South. Love a sweet tea.
North Carolina, go. Woo. Anyways,
I spend a lot of time in North Carolina, man. I love it. Asheville, I'm over there all the time.
Oh, nice. I love Asheville. It's great, dude. But check it out. Here's my reasoning behind what I just said. As a person that is knowledgeable in firearms and different scenario situations, no law enforcement officer, whether it's local or county, a state, federal, no law enforcement officer will draw their gun and shoot into concrete or asphalt pavement with 8, 7, 8, I didn't really get the good count, but however many other officers were standing around him at that range. Now,
okay, I have a counter to that.
Hold on. In one of the versions of the video, we see another agent taking what appeared to be a pistol, very grainy, I couldn't really see, appeared to take a pistol and run off. Okay, so I think that that pistol was a fake, okay, and that ICE agent was firing blanks into the ground, okay, and then they all stepped back and somebody popped off a couple of more, okay, and when they came and got the body, they took him away to some safe location. Now, the reason for this is for the optics, for the people that were standing around with their videos on the phones, for, you know, lamestream media, for whoever cared to watch. It would look like another situation where we may have had a Rodney King, in which case that would set all the protesters off and all the Antifa and everybody that's disgruntled, and they would do some stupid stuff so that Donald Trump could then impose the Insurrection Act because of the Somali fraud and the far-reaching implications that that has at the moment. Go. Your turn.
Okay, the first thing I'd say is I would agree with you that properly trained agents would not do that. They would know about the risk to themselves and their other agents if they fired into concrete like that. You are absolutely correct. My counter to that is that ICE agents aren't properly trained. They're going through like a 5-week training course, and apparently some of them can't even write a complete sentence. So I think what we saw was indeed the actions of just complete, total imbeciles that aren't properly trained.
Okay, I can kind of go with that. I see that point of view, and it's valid. When you look up at the makeup of who these guys are, a lot of them come from law enforcement already, military backgrounds, some other backgrounds.
Are you talking about ICE? Because I believe that that's not true.
ICE, a lot of those guys come from the military, and they switch out of local, state, county police and go into federal, and the like. There is.
I think you're wrong on that one. I think we've seen numbers to support that's not true at all.
I have firsthand information on that, dude, and I'm not going to go into my background because that's not what we're talking about. But
fair enough.
You know what I mean? But the other thing that I don't think people.
Or I could believe that there's a lot of people in ICE that were like dishonorably discharged or something, and that's what we mean by military background.
With a dishonorable discharge, a bad conduct discharge, or an other than honorable discharge, you are not allowed to go into any federal job. You cannot have.
ICE is hiring anybody.
That's law. No, nobody. If it's a federal job, you cannot obtain that federal job if you.
Under normal circumstances, I think you're wrong about that.
No, it's true, dude. You got look
under normal circumstances. I don't think that's for ICE under Trump.
The code of military conduct and justice, dude. You got to look it up.
But hold on. Like I'm saying, you're correct on that. Hold on, you're correct on that point. But I'm saying that Trump isn't enforcing that because we just did a story where a journalist shouldn't have been able to pass a background check. They didn't even run a background check on her, and they hired her.
Okay, I know nothing of that. I'll have to look into that.
That was on Democracy Now! Last week.
Yeah, Democracy Now! Dude, that's some crazy lefty shit there, dude. That woman is insane. Anyways.
How is she insane, man?
I digress.
You're saying, hold on. Let me talk to you for a second here. Let me get a point across.
Go off on the tangent, dude.
But you're saying, hold on. I'm addressing your point. You're saying crazy lefty shit while telling me that there was some false flag and a dude's still alive that we all saw get murdered. Do you understand how I can look at you and be like crazy lefty shit?
Yeah, I totally do. And I agree that my opinion on this seems, crazy lefty, but
your opinion on it seems crazy right-wing nut job.
Listen,
you seem like, do you believe in chemtrails?
Listen, brother.
You believe in chemtrails, don't you?
Come on, man. Let me talk, dude. Why are you in
Okay.
Man? All right. So the difference between a theory and a conspiracy theory is that the theory has been proven correct. Okay? That's the difference. Now, if you want to look at the video again and see some things that one thing major that I can point out to you that is not right about any of it is the fact that this cop already was drawing his gun while his buddies were tackling guy to the ground. Then they took a step back and didn't even flinch, never moved, not an inch, while he popped 4 shots into him. No law enforcement officer would do that. They would be like,
no, I think you're wrong on that. I think they scurried.
I guarantee it. Because you've got to understand that those law enforcement officers are going to know that he's shooting, first of all, and that he's shooting into concrete or pavement with a high probability of ricochet.
Well, they scurried like rats.
No,
I saw
not
it.
Not until after the shots were fired. He had fired 4 shots, and those other officers never moved. And then
I think here's the thing. I think the first pop that we hear isn't on camera, and I don't even know that that's a gunshot. It might have been a car backfiring or something, and I don't know this because I have not watched this on stream to break it down because I'm afraid of getting banned.
No, I understand. Yeah, the YouTube sucks, dude. They should.
It's not so much YouTube; it's Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah, free speech.
But I think the first pop we hear isn't a gunshot from anybody in the vicinity there. And then when we hear the gunshot from the agent, that's when they scurry.
Right. Yeah, I think you should watch the video and try and focus on the other officers. I mean, that's just my take. Now, look, does it sound crazy? Listen, man, the government has been proven to have done other crazy shit, even crazier than.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a far reach for somebody that knows a little bit about tactics, has been trained.
Okay, but here's the thing is, Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually the best explanation. That's why I go back to,
Usually,
ICE agents being incompetent and willing to fire into concrete because they're stupid is a lot more likely than they've got some weird body double somewhere.
No, it's not a body double, but normally I would agree with you, but you're espousing that, the entirety, well, not the entirety, I take that back. The majority of the federal law enforcement, as it pertains to ICE, is woefully untrained and absolutely reckless. And
I think I've got proof of that.
Disagree.
Well, no, the law enforcement. Hold on, man. Law enforcement in Portland, Maine. They arrested a deputy up there, citizen, 100%, and he was a deputy, and the cops in Maine are pissed. So I'm actually going to cite the chief of police in whatever the county is in Portland, Maine. He says ICE are acting recklessly and they're untrained, and they're doing shit like arresting lawful citizens who are also cops.
See, again, I have to call into question the source, and
the source is the chief of police. And do you want me to pull that up on screen for you?
No. I believe that the chief of police said that. I believe you 100%.
The Minnesota chief of police said that as well. The governor of Minnesota said it. And the AG in Minnesota
is about to go to jail, dude.
For what?
I don't want to get sidetracked. Let's just talk about the shooting. But
well, you're gonna say Somali fraud, right?
Listen, yes.
Man, you let a little dumbass YouTuber tell you what to think. Please don't do that.
No, I mean,
you did, man.
Left-leaning sources from left-leaning media.
Do you know who Amy Bach is?
People, yes, I do.
Okay, she was by prosecutors. Prosecutors said she was the ringleader.
But I don't want to get off onto this.
Yeah, but that's what the prosecutor said in her trial, where they got seven guilty verdicts.
Right, but the point to it is there is a breakdown, okay, in the governmental structure in Minnesota. Okay,
is there?
If you listen,
because of fraud that was prosecuted in 2022.
Listen, if you look at the Insurrection Act and read what it says, okay, you can see where the current administration may be gearing up to try and use that because of the breakdown in the government in Minnesota, the local government, state government in Minnesota, as well as civil disrest.
Okay, so if you're telling me that Donald Trump is trying to create civil disrest, then why are you pushing his narrative about Somali fraud that he's using as a pretext?
Well, because there is Somali fraud. First of all, it's been going on for years, and other organizations.
Well, it was prosecuted in 2022. Woman was convicted in 2023.
Yeah, okay, so this has been going on before that, and for the last 7-8 years, lamestream media has reported on it. And
brother, you're saying when you say lamestream media, like I see where you're getting your information from.
Yeah,
it's not reliable.
The alphabet media, dude. I don't watch the alphabet media. I don't even watch TV. To be perfectly honest with you.
Cool. I don't either.
And I got
so you don't know what's going on any of the media, but you're going to tell us, that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to tell you I don't watch lamestream media, and I do follow.
Well, I'm going to tell you that the Minnesota Star Tribune has done a great job of reporting on all of this fraud that you're talking about, and you are 100% wrong.
No, I'm not wrong, dude.
But you are. Well, where are you getting your facts from?
Well, I use a wide range of independent
Such as
journalists that
Nick Shelley is where you
and
got your
a
fucking
wide
information
range
from.
of political viewpoints. I'm not
Nick Shelley,
I'm not gonna throw anybody out under the bus, okay? Because this is not what I came to talk about, bro.
No, because that's where it came from. That is where you got that information from, and it's wrong.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here to tell you I can name the court cases. I can tell you court transcripts. I have them here on my computer, and I can tell you exactly what happened, and the exact number was $250 million fraud, and it was prosecuted in 2022. Now, do you have something that I don't have to bring to the table, or did you just hear some hearsay on a YouTube video, and it got you worked up about something you don't actually understand?
No, I did not. But look, you're running away from the truth, and it shows, bro.
What truth am I running away from?
If you would open your eyes and see that even if it was just 100 or 220 million, as you say, that's 220 million too much.
Cool. Well, it's already been prosecuted, and she's been ordered to pay restitution. She's trying to get out of it, and I bet the Trump administration pardons her.
Yeah.
Do you know how much? Do you know how many people convicted of fraud that Trump has pardoned so far in his term?
No, I don't. I can't say that I do.
And we're talking like it totals something like $2 billion at this point.
Yeah.
That he has pardoned people. There was some crypto founder that he pardoned like last month, 2 months ago. Dude owes like fucking $900 million, never gonna have to pay it back. Because Trump pardoned him. So tell me how much you care about. Hey, do you know about Mississippi?
I do know a lot about Mississippi.
Do you know who the $1 Million Man is in WWE? Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, Ted, yeah.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Brett Favre had a multi-$100 million scheme to defraud the people of Mississippi.
Then they should go to fucking jail.
Well, yeah, but why are you in my chat talking about Somali fraud and not the fraud in Mississippi that's going on?
A guy getting shot.
Well, you mentioned the Somali fraud. You said that had something to do with this false flag, that Trump wanted to create a false flag and use it in the Somali fraud somehow.
Because there's so much out there, left, right, everything out there right now about the Somali fraud, okay? That he could try and
no, there are the facts that I gave you about Amy Bach and the prosecution of the Feeding Our Families fraud. There's that, and then there's a bunch of right-wingers saying dumb shit about, oh, there's $2 billion worth of fraud in Minnesota. Those are two different things. One is facts and one is not.
Okay, well, only time will tell in court cases. Now, I've seen.
Well, I've got the court cases.
I've seen from live. There you go. There's the word live court cams of.
I've got the U.S. attorney right here.
Admitted.
Well, there was no court cams in any of these cases because they were federal cases, and cameras aren't allowed in the courtrooms. So please don't lie to me, man. Please don't lie to me.
Okay. All right, you're right. I guess I didn't see it, so we'll just have
you didn't
disagree about that.
There's no agree to disagree. You were just wrong. They were federal cases. Cameras aren't allowed in federal courtrooms.
Okay,
that's just a fact.
That's fine. That's fine. But the fact still remains is that
no, you can't lie and then say the fact still remains.
Sure, I can. Freedom of speech. Anyway, so the fact.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Something going on, and it's about to get bad, and it's.
What is going on? Please tell me what's going on.
The Insurrection Act. That's what's getting ready to go on.
Okay, so you agree with me that the Trump government is fascist?
No.
But yet he's trying to use the Insurrection Act for a fascist takeover.
No. I don't agree with that.
Elaborate.
I believe that by using the Insurrection Act, okay, he can bring order back to the streets of Minnesota until they get their shit together enough to vote like Americans, okay, and get people in there that is going to help them,
vote like Americans. Do you, brother? Do you realize that Minnesota ranks above like almost every red state in every category, and that Minneapolis specifically is one of the most successful cities we have in the country?
Successful at what?
Everything.
I was in Minneapolis.
What do you want to measure? Fucking life expectancy, education.
I was in Minneapolis 2 weeks ago.
Employment.
I saw people dying of drug overdoses everywhere I went on the streets, dude. And
brother, did you know drug overdoses plummeted under Biden?
No, they didn't. They plummeted.
Yes, they did.
Trump, though, when we started.
No, they didn't.
But see, this is all irrelevant, and that's what you guys.
But also, you guys.
You spin it off.
You guys are again. Okay.
Have to stay on the subject.
Do you know the reason why drug overdoses have plummeted?
Minneapolis, yeah, because he was blowing up boats and sent in the DEA.
No, it's because cops and EMTs carry Narcan now, and that's something Republicans oppose.
And he got rid of a dictator that was killing the people of Venezuela.
He's killing the people of Minnesota.
How is he killing the people of Minnesota?
They just executed a nurse on the streets of Minnesota yesterday.
Oh, we're back to the nurse. Okay, I was hoping we would get back to the nurse. The nurse was not executed.
But you just told me that a dictator was killing people in another country, and that was a reason to take him out.
No, he didn't kill.
Trump is killed a nurse who, by the way, man, that nurse worked at the VA. He helped veterans. He was a patriot.
Okay, that doesn't.
Legal gun owner. How much more patriotic can you get?
See, and that's the thing, man. That's the thing. You've got to look at all of this stuff. How much is that going to piss off all the people that you probably yourself don't really agree with their tactics? And I'll let you have that. But how is that going to piss them off to the point? Okay, so there's people on the left, right? And I'm hoping that you're not one of them. I'm thinking that you're more intelligent than that are into this whole violence, and it's got to be violent, and everything has got to be violent. Now you put out a story.
I think that is complete nonsense as someone who knows people on the left. I will once again put up the stats that the right commits the overwhelming majority of violence in this country.
Yeah, make sure you put in the George Floyd riots and the Summer of Love.
Okay. What happened in George Floyd? Give me a specific example of violence.
Okay, how about the taking over of a police station and looting it? How about
a right-wing group called the Boogaloo Boys was prosecuted for that?
How about
a right-wing group called the Boogaloo Boys was prosecuted for taking over the Minneapolis police precinct. Hey man.
Security guard that was just trying to do his job at a jewelry store. How about?
I think that was an unrelated burglary that wasn't part of the protest.
It was in the mid. Dude, you could see in the background a building on fire and people running around.
Bro, hold on. You're running away. You brought up the Minneapolis police precinct.
Let's get back to the shooting.
The Minneapolis police precinct.
Back to the original reason of the call.
But I told you to give me an example of left-wing violence, and you gave me an example of right-wing violence.
Okay, how about heaving? No, it's not right-wing violence because left-wing.
Yes, the Boogaloo Boys were prosecuted for the burning down of the Minneapolis police precinct in 2020.
No, I never saw that, so you'll have to send me.
Well, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean that's because they're serving time for it right now. Once again, I know about the court cases. I can give you court transcripts.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay.
Oh, I know I'm not wrong because I can prove everything I'm saying.
Well, okay, then post it up, dude. I'll watch it, and if I'm wrong, I'll say so. Okay, because that's just how I am, anyways. But the fact still remains that with everything that's coming out about the guy that supposedly got shot, okay, He's worked at the VA. He was a nurse. He was a great guy, right? That only serves to stir up people with violent tendencies. That
You mean facts. You mean the facts.
I'm not debating the fact that he worked at the VA.
Feds say far-right group coordinated attack on Minneapolis police precinct.
What do you say?
The far-right Boogaloo Boys were charged with burning down the Minneapolis police precinct in 2020.
What's your source?
The U.S. Attorney's Office.
Okay, I'll look it up.
For the District of Minnesota. The FBI brought charges against the far-right group, the Boogaloo Boys.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'll say so.
You were wrong.
Education.
Say it.
Okay,
say it, bitch. You were wrong.
Say it. I'll have to look it up, do my due diligence, and if I am found to be wrong, I will say.
Why didn't you do your due diligence before you made the claim?
The point still remains.
The point is still that you were wrong.
It was not Proud Boys or Boogaloo, whatever. I don't know.
Yes, because you watch right-wing media that lies to you.
No, I was watching a live stream of somebody on their phone, as a matter of fact. But the fact still...
Well, it was probably some dipshit right-winger that was lying to you. It was BG on the scene. Some dumbass like that.
Is that you're trying so desperately to get away from is that the better they make this guy look, okay, the more heartfelt they make him.
Who's they?
They would be the ones that are trying to get the Insurrection Act going.
Trump is wanting to use the Insurrection Act. He is itching. That's why he sent ICE into these cities.
Okay, can you let me finish a statement before you keep chiming in, dude? Come on.
But you're talking about people that are wanting the Insurrection Act. It's literally Trump is wanting to invoke the Insurrection Act to stop us from having elections later this year.
Okay, and so you think that a false flag might have something to do with that? Is it that far of a stretch?
If anybody did a false flag, it was Trump then.
Could be, but we have to wait and
it's not could be. If I accept your narrative the way you described it to me, then it would be ICE agents that conducted the false flag. So Trump is wanting to use a false flag to invoke the Insurrection Act, and you're cheering it on. You seem like a useful idiot. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, though. You're trying to spin my words, and that's absolutely not what I'm saying. Okay, there's bad actors everywhere, right, left, middle, up, down. Doesn't matter where. There are bad actors. Okay,
well, Trump's the one with the power.
And you could continue to interrupt, but you know it's going to get us nowhere. We'll never find.
Well, you're like, there's people with power, up, right, left, down. I'm like, no, there's Trump. He's the one that's in power right now.
I said bad actors.
We're specifically dealing with that.
I said bad actors, not power. Okay, so Trump recently said that he was considering using the Insurrection Act. Okay, so some bad actor somewhere in government, in the ICE, the Department of ICE, whatever, this federal bureau, the federal agency. Okay,
you don't even know the agency, dude.
It's ICE, dude, and I don't have my teeth in them.
Well, it's under DHS.
Yeah, it is, and I'm trying to do the best I can.
But you didn't know that.
Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I definitely do.
When was DHS invented?
Look,
when was DHS founded?
You're trying to spin off of the subject, and I'm not going to let you.
I'm trying to prove you don't know what you're talking about. Actually,
when DHS is. So, why don't you stop trying to prove that I'm wrong and don't know what I'm talking about, and have civil discourse about what I'm actually trying to talk about?
Well, I am talking to you, am I not?
Okay, well then let's get back to this shooting then.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very possible that bad actors, in the immigration enforcement, right, or even the FBI or CIA or DOJ, because it's real easy for them to cross-dress. Let's remember that. Okay? Real easy for them to do that. Went down there for the explicit reason, okay, with this guy and shot him in full view of everybody to cause a red flag to go up, and everybody with the violent tendencies that are out there protesting, mostly peacefully, I'll give you that, to do
all the way peacefully. I've seen no violence that didn't come from the state.
Yeah, I saw some. It was my.
No, you didn't.
You know, still. Yes, I did. I watched a girl get taken down for spitting in the face of an ICE agent.
Oh, she spit in the face of an ICE agent. He probably did something to deserve it.
No, he was just standing there. The girl walked by, spit, and you can hear the cop.
Brother, I don't believe that he was just standing there. You saw the video of the guy that got shot, right? It started with a woman getting pushed down by an ICE agent.
Yes, I saw that.
That woman did nothing to get pushed by that ICE agent. That was completely unprovoked. Because that's just the way the ICE agents are acting on the street.
You can't definitively say that because you're taking...
I can, because I've seen the whole video.
No, you saw the whole video from where it started. You can't say that you saw everything that happened there. And you're making a judgment.
Well, once again, I'm going by also what the chief of police in Minneapolis said, the chief of police in Portland, Maine. Like, there has been a pattern of, and we've watched body cam footage of ICE agents be arrested and them act like they're above the law. One got arrested for child molestation, man, and tried to get it out of it. He was like, I'm one of you guys. Are you, like, dude?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that clip too. That motherfucker should be under the jail with Bubba. That's what I think.
Well, that's the kind of that is what Trump is fostering.
I watched a report of a teacher, a female teacher, go to jail for 30 years for sexually abusing 12-year-old boys.
Okay, what are you gonna do about Trump then?
So. Well, when I see evidence, hard evidence, then I'll make that determination.
Well, would you like me to show you the civil case from 2016? Would you like me to show you all the creepy things he said about kids? Would you like me to show you the rape case where he was adjudicated to be a rapist?
See, that's a civil case, okay? And the rape part.
Okay, and?
He was never
rape.
Convicted of rape. He was never convicted.
Well, no, hold on. I'm going to have to explain this to you because, like, once again, it's a little tricky. Donald Trump was adjudicated, found liable for having penetrated E. Jean Carroll with his finger. Under New York law, it is not rape to penetrate somebody with your finger, but under federal law and normal parlance, that is... Hold on, man. He was brother, will you please let me explain it? And why are you so quick to defend this disgusting pedophile?
Look, I don't like him any more than anybody else does.
It seems like you do. But he was found to have penetrated E. Jean Carroll with his finger. Now, you and I know that is rape, but it's not rape under New York law. Okay? So that's where that confusion comes in. Penetrating somebody with your finger is rape, but it's not rape under the literal definition of New York law.
He was not criminally convicted of rape.
He wasn't criminally convicted, no. But, I mean, a civil case, while having a lower burden of proof, it's still an adjudication.
We have found common ground. Yay.
Well, I mean, it's just facts, man. You're saying common ground, but I'm just like, facts. But, like, I have thrown so many facts at you that you can't accept.
What?
The right wing commits the vast majority of the violence in this country. Can you accept that?
No, because they don't.
Because they do. Here, once again, I'm going to put it up on screen. Here is the prosecution project. Their breakdown since 1990. The vast majority of violence in this country committed by the right.
Okay.
Let me go get the ADL. The ADL says the vast majority of violence.
But again, you keep spinning from what I'm trying to talk about. and you keep wanting to talk.
Well,
about
I keep trying to get you to confront facts, and you can't do it. The Boogaloo Boys were prosecuted for burning down the Minneapolis police precinct.
Did they do it alone?
It was the Boogaloo Boys. They were the ones prosecuted for it.
Did they do it alone, though?
I don't know what that means. That's the group that was prosecuted for it.
Okay.
Go read the court transcripts. Like, you don't even... Brother.
Did you watch any of the footage from that night?
Brother, I have the court transcripts.
Great, but did you watch any of the footage? Did you see what happened?
Okay, you understand that you have a bias, right? That you think left-wingers are violent. So when you watch this footage, your unconscious biases tell you that it's left-wingers committing violence. But I've got court documents that shows you the opposite. I've got multiple sources that say that the right commits the vast majority of violence in this country.
I can accept that.
But you don't have sources that tell you that the left commits the majority of violence in this country, because it's not true. You just feel it. It's your feelings.
It's the Department of Justice, dude.
The Department of Justice says the right wing commits... Hold on, I'm going to put it up on screen again. The U.S. Department of Justice says the right commits the vast majority of violence in this country.
No, they don't. And
U.S. Justice Department removes study finding far-right extremists commit far more violence. Report finding right-wing extremists have killed more Americans than other domestic terrorist groups vanished from the DOJ website following the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I don't believe that you're looking at the right page, but okay.
I believe you're an idiot.
For now, I will accept that. And go do.
For now, I have destroyed you with facts, my friend.
No, what you've done was spin off of the original topic. That's all.
You keep wanting to say that like this was some false flag, and I keep trying to get you to understand if it's a false flag, then Trump did it.
No, that's not true.
Then who could have done it? Who would have had the reason to do it then?
The people in that department. The CIA,
acting on behalf of Trump.
You're going to say, no, not on behalf of Trump.
Trump runs the CIA. Trump runs the FBI. Trump runs ICE.
No. Yeah, he has a little bit better control over the FBI right now. I'll give you that, Cash.
No, he has complete control over the FBI.
No, he doesn't. That's why Dan Bongino.
Yes, he does.
That's why Dan Bongino.
No, Dan Bongino quit because he's a goddamn grifter and wanted to go back to making millions of dollars off of stupid people like you. Because he tells you what you want to hear and confirms your biases.
No.
Yes. Why, Dan Bongino making a fool of himself. Where's your Epstein files now? That's all he talked about on his show.
Nah, that's absolutely wrong. What happened to Dan and why he quit was he found out too much, and if he started doing anything about it, they would have busted the cap in his ass.
You're an idiot, man. You really are. You are a gullible son of a bitch. I am so sorry for you.
Really,
how do you function in the real world?
You think it's beyond these agencies to do that shit, dude? You think it's beyond them?
No, I think it's obvious that Dan Bongino was a grifter and he didn't like doing actual work and wanted to go back to his cushy job as a podcaster, making millions of dollars.
You're brainwashed, bro. Okay, because if he was...
I don't listen to Dan Bongino.
If he was... I don't either, but if he was such a grifter, why did he take the job in the first place? He would have just stayed...
Because he wanted to be a part of the Trump administration. He clearly didn't like it. That's why he quit so fast.
Yeah, I clearly didn't like it. Because he found out a little bit too much. He went digging a little bit.
What do you mean he found out too much? He went on Fox News and said Epstein killed himself. Do you believe him? That didn't ruin his credibility?
I believe he said that to save his own life.
From who? From Trump?
And let me tell you something. If
from who? From Trump?
Epstein and those...
Brother, who is he saving his life from? Trump?
No, man. The bad actors,
How?
the
You're
FBI,
telling me the deputy director of the FBI was scared of somebody ending his life that wasn't Trump? Who has more power?
Well, that's questionable at this point, because I don't think either one of those agencies, FBI, CIA, and now, excuse me, and now ICE as well. I don't think that they are being controlled by anybody outside of their own agency. Okay, as far as Trump goes, in those terms, they are being controlled, but not by the Trump administration.
How? These are all Trump appointees, all marching in lockstep, telling you the same shit. What are you talking about?
See, you still don't think that these agencies can't work independently of the president to pull some dirty stuff?
On behalf of who?
Seriously?
On behalf of whom?
Is that what you're trying to say, bro?
On behalf of whom?
Wait. You trust these agencies so much, and
No.
these agencies so much.
No.
You don't think that they would throw a false flag and pretend to shoot somebody so that Donald Trump would pull some stuff so that they could get Donald Trump out of office? Are you kidding me right now? That's
No, I think they're doing it on behalf of Trump because Trump is evil and doesn't want to leave office and wants to use the Insurrection Act as a means to make himself a dictator, and that you're a useful idiot for his cause.
okay. And when I see evidence of that, I will speak out on that too.
It's all around you, brother. Like, what in the fuck? Wake up.
I'm not seeing the
I'm
evidence.
trying to reason with you. So you're telling me that there was a false flag committed by the FBI and the CIA for whom? If it wasn't for the benefit of Donald Trump, then for the benefit of whom?
That's a whole nother can of worms that I don't really want to get into. Right.
No, that is central. That is the crux of your argument.
The crux of my argument is that it was a false flag, and it was designed by people in federal law enforcement agencies, i.e., the FBI, CIA.
Federal law enforcement agencies love Trump. They are very pro-Trump.
That's not true, dude.
That is absolutely true.
No, dude, that is not true.
That's why all the police unions endorse Trump. All the cops are pro-Trump. Like, what are you talking about?
That's state and local. Okay, that's not federal. All right, so all that stuff that he was talking during Obama, all that stuff he was talking during his own administration, all that stuff he was talking about when Biden was in office, you don't think that ruffled a few feathers?
What stuff that he was talking about? Being an idiot?
He was talking all that smack about the FBI and the CIA and the DOJ and how corrupt, and they think they have,
Well, yeah, because they opened an investigation into him because he was willing to accept Russian money and information.
Prove it.
Well, it was proven.
There's
Yeah,
no
there
proof
is.
of Russian money, and there's no proof of.
Oh my God, man! Give me 1 second. Now I'm gonna put it up on the screen again. We're gonna have to keep doing this.
See,
shit.
now you want to go back to Russia? Okay.
Well, you're the one that brought it up. Okay, here we go.
No, you.
So
fuck Russia. I don't give a damn about Russia.
Russia's two principal interference operations in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, the social media campaign, and the hacking and dumping operations violated U.S. criminal law. Numerous links between individuals with ties to the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. The evidence was not sufficient to support criminal charges, but it details all the different connections, which was over 100. The investigation established that several individuals affiliated with Trump lied to the office.
So basically what you just said is they had no evidence of it, so he must be guilty.
No.
That's what you just said. That's exactly.
No, I said they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough. They didn't have enough to bring criminal charges because the campaign lied to them and they couldn't investigate. Brother, you have no idea what you're talking about. Robert Mueller explained this in front of Congress, that he had a very narrow scope, that he was not allowed to investigate them lying to him. And he urged Congress to look into it further.
And they did. They tried to impeach him, and it didn't work.
They did impeach him twice.
They tried, but he never came out. They never.
No, if you get the majority of votes in the House, you've been impeached. If you get the majority of votes in the Senate in favor, then you have been convicted. They impeached him twice. Brother, like, you people don't know how anything works.
And went nowhere because they had no.
You guys, we have a fucking mountain of evidence.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is, man.
No, there's not.
You're so you're uninformed, and they take advantage of your ignorance. It's sad.
And you're still getting off the point. See, because obviously you don't believe that a government agency can pull some stuff like this and get away with it.
No, I am telling you that if they pulled what you're saying, then it was Trump that did it, and they did it on behalf of Trump, and for some reason, you find this incomprehensible.
No, it's not incomprehensible. I don't find that incomprehensible at all, because I don't give anybody...
It's the only way it could happen.
That lack of credit. That's not the only way that it can happen. And
yeah, it is.
You believe that is incomprehensible.
So who are they doing? If they did a false flag and it wasn't to benefit Trump, who is it for the benefit of?
For whoever would benefit from chaos in the federal government and...
That's Trump.
Ousting.
He's robbing us blind right now.
Right. They're trying to get Trump out of office is what they're trying to do. That's why they're...
Who is?
Like that in Minneapolis.
Who is trying to get Trump out of office?
Why do I got to keep telling you, dude? It's the FBI. It's the CIA. It's people...
The FBI and the CIA work for Trump.
No. No, they don't, man. And the fact that you actually believe...
Then who do they work for?
The lack of your intelligence. Do your due diligence, bro.
Who do they work for, man?
If I knew exactly who they worked for, they'd have me dead in the street too.
Oh, so it's some fucking lizard people cabal bullshit, man. You're an idiot.
No, I didn't say anything about lizard people or anything like that.
Well, then who is it then?
The benefit would go to the people, okay, that would benefit from the overthrow of the United States. And that's their end.
Well, right now we know for a fact that
not to exist.
We know for a fact that multiple billionaires are trying to have a constitutional convention right now to rewrite our Constitution and take away our rights as citizens. And they're the same billionaires that support Trump, so sit on that one.
We've been trying to have a constitutional convention for a very, very long time, but we can't get the rest of the...
Well, who's we?
For it. We the people?
No, multiple states have signed on to this because it's mainly red states because these crazy billionaires are wanting to rewrite the Constitution. You can look it up, and these are the same billionaires that support Trump.
Okay, billionaire or not, you have to have a certain number of states to come to the convention, to sign on, to have that convention and rehash the Constitution.
Okay, cool.
The fact of the matter is that not enough states have signed on to that. Once those states
That's true.
come around and sign on to that, then we can talk about changes to the Constitution.
We're not going to talk about changes to the Constitution. If they get the power, they're going to strip us of our democracy.
No, well, first of all,
these are the billionaires that support Trump. Okay, you're an idiot. First of all, you're an idiot.
What do we live in?
We live in a democratic republic that's in the Library of Congress. I'll explain to you how it works. A republic is our form of government. Democracy is our form of vote. We are a democracy. You're a dumbass if you think we're not.
No, we're not. We're not a democracy.
We're not a direct democracy is what you mean. We are a democracy. You're proving how stupid you are.
The only part of
we're not a direct democracy is what you mean.
Is at the state level. That's the
We're not a direct democracy is what you mean. We are a democracy.
That's not what I mean at all.
If you're saying we're not a democracy, you're fucking stupid.
We are a republic. Okay?
Yes, who elects our representatives by democratic vote. We're a democracy.
Each state has the right to
elects our representatives by democratic vote. Therefore, we are a democratic republic. We are a democracy. You're an idiot.
No, we're not a democracy. We are a republic. We have a Congress.
We are a republic that elects our representatives via democratic vote. We are a democratic republic. I cannot say this enough times to you. Republic is shut this. God damn it, dude. Shut up. Republic is our type of government. Democratic vote is how we elect our representatives. We are both a democracy and a republic. I am not wrong.
In the state. They do that in the state, at the state level.
Do you know what democracy means?
Yeah, it's akin to a dictatorship. It means 51 versus 41. That's democracy.
That is the opposite of a dictatorship, you dumb son of a bitch.
So as long as I get 51%, 49% can suck my dick.
What does that mean? Okay, would you rather have a king, you stupid shit?
Pretty clear to me.
Apparently you do, because you're trying to cheer on Trump bringing on a dictatorship.
51% always right, just because they voted for it?
No.
Well, there you go. That's nearly a dictatorship. Listen.
No, that is not what dictatorship means, you stupid shit.
In Venezuela, okay, all the people voted. Okay, they all voted in a direct democracy. They don't have a republic; it's just a direct democracy. Okay, and
it's not a direct democracy either.
And then they go, all right, now you're.
They have a representative democracy too.
Now you're back.
You don't know what a direct democracy is.
That's 51% versus 49%. That's democracy.
No, a direct democracy would mean that you and I all go to the same place and vote for each issue.
Well, you go to
brother, you're stupid.
Ballot box in your area.
No. If you go to the ballot box and elect a representative, that's a republic by democratic vote.
Direct democracy. You don't.
A direct democracy would mean that we all vote on each issue, that you and I vote on, like impeaching Donald Trump.
You're right. Okay, so direct democracy does not mean...
You are dumb. Do not tell me what direct democracy means, because you don't know what it means.
Well, dude, so you're not giving me a retort? Really? Is that how weak your argument is?
What do you mean? I explained what direct democracy meant, and you didn't understand it.
No, you don't understand it, dude. We have a representative government that is absolutely opposite of democracy. Now, to get that representative government, we have these things called state.
Not the opposite of democracy. We elect our representatives by democratic vote. It is a democracy.
See, you can't even not interrupt, dude.
Because you're wrong.
A lot of you leftists.
What you're saying is that you don't want me to stop you from saying something that is completely incorrect.
You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're only waiting to react.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. They're wanting to hang up on you, man, because, bro, this was painful. You're not very bright. I'm sorry. But you're a nice guy. I would love to have a beer or a bong with you. I really would.
Bongs and bourbon, dude. Bongs and bourbon.
I'd have bongs and bourbon with you, man. Bongs and bourbon.
Bongs and bourbon. More common ground, brother. More common ground. Listen, you have a great day, man, and keep speaking your mind.
You too, man. You too. And I appreciate you calling in and having a good conversation with me.
Hey, listen, really, think about that.
Think about what? Please think about if there was a false flag, it would have been on behalf of Trump. I'm open to the idea that it's a false flag, but Trump would have been the one that did it. He's the one that benefits.
Well, I still don't agree with that wholeheartely, but just think about the false.
Well, that's dumb.
Mull it around. Just mull it around. That's all I'm saying. Just mull it around. Think about it. That's all.
Okay. Will do, man. Will do.
Let one hit and tip one back. One more click before we hit the set an alert when that shit goes live. Social fucking support and hit subscribe. Light one up and take a hit. He does no harm, but it takes no shit. He's the last one standing when the ship is sinking. Let's take another rip for JustinFREAKIN.
Light one up, tip one back. I'm JustinFREAKIN.
I'm not high enough for this shit.